welcome to the first of 6 weeks of 2017 Christmas Ornament Club with Paint with Heart. I'm Cindy Harrison, the artist and host of Paint with Heart, here at the Paint with Heart studios in New England, New Hampshire. And my satellite office in LA is my bestie manning that end of the, or that side of the country, is Melissa Reyes. Here she is.
Hi, everybody. I'm Melissa Reyes here in Southern California, the South Pole of Paint with Heart. So we're ready to get started with Paint with Heart and do our Christmas ornaments, our holiday tradition here. And like with traditions, we do, it's kind of a practice that we do here. And that's the word for the week, practice. I'll hold that. Oh, we got a little green screen action going here. So these are some things that I learned how to make in this picture from Cindy. I made these little glass baubles where I painted on the back, and I made so many of them. I got kind of good at it. It was a nice little practice that I had for a while, and I love this picture, and the saying on it says, "Your positive ways will reflect positively on you." So just by having a positive general practice, it doesn't matter. It's not getting to be perfection, but it's getting better with every day. So today, what are we going to be working on, Cindy?
Today, we're going to be working on this little, it's actually a tag. It's a cutout of a tag, but I turned it into a cup of hot cocoa. It's our hot cocoa shop. So we call it Cocoa Magic. So we base coated the bottom with 2 coats of milk chocolate and the top with warm white. I hope everyone's with me on that. And I transferred on the line drawing. That's the curves, if you can see that, the curves of the whipped cream and the outline of the window and the door. I didn't put the cocoa on yet. We're not, or the little cup here. We're not going to do that. I'm going to be doing it reverse of this because I'm just doing the back of the card and the snowflake cutout is here. So we're going to go ahead and let's start with the cream. And before I get started painting, I want to thank everyone for showing up today. And later on in the show, I will give you the password so you'll have exclusive access to the video, the full video every week. So I'm going to go and pick up some burnt umber. So you'll have a puddle of burnt umber on your palette. And I'm going to use my 3/4 inch wash brush. And I picked up the burnt umber on the corner. Now, if you need to pre-wet, by all means go for it. I just have a lot of water in my brush, and I'm going to go down one side, and I want it quite wide. On the left, it's usually quite wide, and on the right, it's narrower. And I'm going to go down the right side. Blow dry that. And I'm going to repeat that to make the right side a little wider. I'm going to flip it over and start up from the bottom on this side. Now we're going to do this highlight. And it's kind of, if you centered it, it's in the right half of center. And I'm going to first do it with Mink Tan. And I'm going to use my number 8 dome brush. It's like a stencil brush. It's very, very stiff, but it's a small round. Don't wet it, use it dry. And I go into my puddle. Bring my puddle over here. Go into my puddle and wipe off most of it on your paper towel. And then start scratching in the right section, just right of center. You can do big circles, you can do linear. I'm not gonna go through the window, I'll go above and below it. But you don't want to stop short of the graphite line. You want to go over the graphite line so it doesn't look like it's haloed. Do a lighter touch as you get away from that center area. To add a little bit more highlight with the dirty brush, I'm going to pick up some warm white. What's that color? Warm white, and I'm going to work that into the brush. Again, wipe most of it off. This time, very light pressure, and I'm going to scratch it just in the center of the highlight I just put on there. So obviously, you're going to see if it doesn't come off, you're going to have to add a little bit more pressure, but I want you to start with light pressure first. And then I'm going to wash the brush out. Let's go ahead and we're going to put in the window and the door. The window I put in with Payne's Gray. And the door I put in with Festive Green. Number 12 flat works really well for these areas. Make sure you get most of the water out. It'll probably take 2 coats of each color.
Did you mention that you're doing the opposite side than we're doing?
Oh, yeah.
That kind of messed me up when I was doing my scratching. But then I caught on, but I still have to go back and fix that spot.
That's okay. I said right of center for both. I kept the direction-wise the same, just the orientations changed.
I think I might have started on the wrong side.
But it's okay wherever you put it. It's not the end of the world.
All right.
But yeah, I'm doing the back side, so I changed my orientation. But it's okay. Whatever side you do it on, because I still did it on the right side on this side. I have wider here, narrow there, and the highlight is right of center. If you did it left of center, it's fine.
It's opposite of snowflake.
Yeah, but it's not a still life, so it really doesn't matter. That's one thing about folk art, and this kind of is, that there's no rules. All the rules are thrown out the window. Nobody cares. Okay, so I'm gonna have to dry that and put a second coat, although I think my Payne's Gray is done. I've already created the exclusive page on the website. And what I'll do is I will post on that exclusive site the pictures of the first ornament and the bonus ornaments for the people who have the password to see, but I don't want to show the public. I want them to come.
But you want the public to know that they're live, and you can come on to the link by coming to the event page on Facebook and get all the details. Am I right?
Yeah, or they can buy the kit. If they buy the kit, they will get access.
And that can be found on cindyharrisonart.com.
Thank you, Melissa.
You're welcome.
And
My
anyone who's
friend.
interested in Melissa's daily affirmation cards, which we've been pulling every week, our word of the day
Yeah.
is drawn from Melissa's affirmation cards. Tell them how they can get that.
Yeah, so there's a link that we can add to its guidebook at MsMeliz.com. And I just got an order in of decks, but it's a deck of cards. I'll show you. So this is the deck of cards, just like a regular deck of cards. And each card has a photograph. And Cindy helped me choose each photograph that we picked, that I'd taken, of roses or different flowers and different things. And we chose it and combined it with a word and a phrase. And so any day you could just pick a word and think about that word and what it means, and different, things. They're not all flowers, but lots of flowers. And so, and then the theme, that could be your power. It could be your, I'm sorry, I read the word empower and I thought power, but that could be, something to reflect upon, or if you're a prayerful person or a spiritual person, you can use that to meditate on, or just, to think about for that day. And that's how we theme our weeks or our projects.
Yes, it is.
Just a little deck.
Yes, it is. And she has a book that goes with it that has a few more sentences that help you, with your meditations or
you can keep, you can write in the book too. There's some blank pages, so you can write your notes about, what you thought about it, like a little journal.
Okay, so the next brush I'm going to use is a number 4 dome, and I'm going to pick up some of that warm white. And I'm going to just scratch it over my window, the scratchy area over the window. Don't wash it out though, because we're going to do the door. And then you can wash it out. I'm going to take my number 12 flat in Payne's gray. Pre-wet if you need to. I'm going to go down both sides of the door with this color. So when you do that, dry it, and then we'll go across the top of the door. The next thing I'm going to do is pick up some lamp black on the corner of my number 12 flat. And I'm going to go down the inside of the window. Dry that. This won't show up a lot, but it might make a little bit of a difference. Now I'm going to go around with my number 3 round and some warm white. How you doing?
Oh, hi. Okay, so I was just going over that spot that I had itched out before, but
You did. That's
Look,
okay.
my door is open.
That's funny. But yeah, it looks great.
You can't be able to see it.
It's good. No, you can't do that because it's green. If you need to take a pencil and pencil your lines, then by all means go ahead and do that. But I'm just going to use that same number 3 brush. I'm going to go in with Country Red. I hope I put that on the list. If I didn't, I'm sorry. But pick a red, whatever red you have. And I flatten my brush. Flatten that brush. And we're going to go on a diagonal. So I start on the end and just bring it down on a diagonal. You just keep doing that across. I'm going to go and add this, since I got the red out, this little, oh, can you see that? That little, see if I can focus on this. That little mug, see that little mug on the door? I'm going to put that in with the Country Red. Your number 2 flat or your 3 round will give you that perfect size mug here. I probably will take 2 coats. The handle of the mug's done with a fine liner. It's kind of like the letter S. While that's drying, if you want to take your fine liner brush and some of that warm white, you can put little steam coming from your mug. Little wiggle, wiggle, wiggles.
Did somebody say wiggle, wiggle, wiggle?
Oh, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. That's my favorite saying now. Oh, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Okay, I'm going to add with a little bit of a dry brush of the Country Red and warm white. Center of the mug. All right, that's good. Okay, and the 5-cent marker over here is done with a kind of a dry brush of the liner with the warm white. Like it was written in chalk. You can make your hot cocoa however much money you want it to be. That doesn't show up, which it doesn't seem to be showing up very well for me. I'm going to go and take and do a little bit more highlight on there. Okay, I'm going to move on to shading and highlighting of our peppermint. Now, if you want to go down to a number 8 flat, that's probably a good color. I mean, good color, a good size. And I'm going to pick up Payne's Gray, and I'm going to keep it to the left. So you can pre-wet, as long as your area is dry, you can pre-wet that area of the candy cane. Pick up on the corner of your brush some Payne's Gray. I'm going to go down the left side. If it doesn't move for you, you need more water. On this side, you're not starting at the top like here because the door ends there. Start from the top of the door, not the top of the frame. Peppermint. I'm going to go down the left side of the mug too. Oops. And then I'm going to blow dry that. When that's dry, I'm going to do the cross ones, and that's going to be on the bottom. But on the top of this and the top of the window and the door, you're only going to go the length of the window or the door. You're not going to go from the outside of the frame to the outside of the frame. Add a little shading to the right side of the mug too. So I'm going to show you how to do the highlight on the candy cane, and it's going to be easy because we're not side loading. I'm going to pre-wet that area and take my number 3 round with some warm white. And I'm going to draw a line, not too much water, draw a line. Leaving some of the candy cane showing on both sides. And it will bleed out automatically. Try to stay out of the shading. So it's to the right of the vertical, right to the vertical, top to the horizontal. And if you get it over your shadow, just wipe it off. Easy peasy. If you want to punch up the highlight a little bit more, you can add some of the Snow White. And I would do that with my very fine liner. And just hit small dashes. Not the whole way. If you have troubles getting that very narrow side load, you can always take your fine liner brush and line that side with the Payne's gray. A little moisture in there. The doorknob is a dot of Payne's gray. I might go to, let's see, what is this? Number 4 flat. And I'm going to pick up some warm white. And I'm going to put in squares. And they're not going to be perfectly straight on. Give them a little character. And that's with the warm white. They're supposed to look like little mini marshmallows, but then I decided to outline them. But if you want them to stay looking like little mini marshmallows, you don't have to outline them. I put the letters on with my fine liner and this country red. A little bit of moisture in your brush. And put the letters in. On the back, I outline them with Festive Green. So we're going to work on the cream next. Okay, so if you don't have these lines on here, if you feel you're going to need them, put them on. But if we can just practice our S strokes by the time you're done, do it on the side you like least first, and then do it on the other side. Save after you've practiced on one side, then do the side that you like best.
What are we doing?
We're going to do these some shading on the cream.
Oh, okay.
So pick a side that you don't like to practice these strokes on, and then by the time you're ready, you've got it mastered, you'll do the side you like. I'm going to pre-wet my cream. Not too puddly, just damp. And on the corner of my brush, pick up some Payne's gray. And I'm going to come across the bottom of the cream first. And then I'm going to do paints down, waters up, go across the next level of cream. And then last but not least, the top. If it dissipates too much, it's because you have too much water on your surface. You can mop that out. I'm going to blow dry that. And then we're going to practice that S stroke. pick a side. I'm going to go, if you're looking straight on, I'm going to go to the left of each line because that's where I had my widest shading here. So I'm going to stay true to that, but I need to turn it around because I like to see the line between my eyes and the brush. The brush is coming in against that line, if that makes sense. Pre-wet again, make sure you, obviously it's dry. And on the corner of the brush, you're going to pick up that Payne's Gray. And I take a little bit off on my palette. I'm going to start down here. And I'm going to follow that line. It's an S stroke because it's like a lazy S. So if I show you here, it's a lazy S. This is like an S, but this is a lazy S because its curvatures are not so defined. So I'm going to start. The brush hairs are parallel to the cocoa, top of the cocoa mug. They don't move, they always stay parallel. What moves is your wrist. Again, flat, and curve it around and end on the flat. So if you want more of a curve, you can do that. So you just gotta go slow, don't rush it, and don't pivot your brush. Keep your brush straight at all times. By the time you're done the side, you'll have it mastered. You don't have to necessarily follow my graphite lines. You can erase my graphite lines if they're confusing you.
So we're going to blow dry that.
On the opposite side of the Payne's Gray, we're going to add Snow White. So you get to practice this one more time before you go to the other side. So with the Snow White, I'm going to bring it so that the paint is on the left, water on the right, and it's to the right of every line. We have to put in the ridge up here. There's a ridge at the top of the cup that so that it cleans up the messiness between the lines. And I'm first going to put that on using my, let's use our number 3 round. And milk chocolate. It won't show up a lot, but it gives us an idea where we're going. So you can kind of straddle that line or go right underneath it just to straighten it out. And be consistent on the width of your brush. Next, I'm going to pick up some of the burnt umber on the same brush, and I'm going to just pull some of the burnt umber from the outside. And we can pull a little bit along the bottom, very sparingly. Now I'm going to pick up some Mink Tan. And I'm going to drag this along the center, mostly hovering over the highlight. You want it a little bit more like a dry brush, so you want to wipe most of the paint off on your paper towel before you go over it. And finally, some warm white. And that's definitely going to be right over the area where the highlight is. Lastly, I'm going to take my number 12 flat with a little bit of the burnt umber on the corner of my brush. And I'm going to go across the bottom of the window. And the bottom of each marshmallow here on the sign. So let's see. I think that about covers it. Like I said, if you want to outline the hot cocoa, I did it with the Festive Green. But if you wanted them to stay looking like little mini marshmallows, you can leave them like that. So the only other thing I did was, for you ladies, I made the chenille handle. And what I would do is, on my Teflon piece here, I would glue this on, because then you could peel the glue off of the Teflon and it won't melt anything. So I would glue that on. And then it's your ornament.
It's very nice, Cindy. Looks beautiful. Your little mini marshmallows looks really cute. They really pop.
Aren't they cute? That's why I don't want to touch them, because I like the little mini marshmallows. I made them too small on this side, so I felt like I liked them.
They kind of look like little mints or something on that side. But they look like they're lit up or something.
I like them. So there's that.
Thank you so much, Cindy. This was a lot of fun. I can't wait to go and have some hot cocoa now. And 5 cents is a really good deal. And anyway, and oh, those cute little surprise goodies too at the end. That's what makes our friendship so special, is all those little surprise goodies that you're always giving me. Word for the week, or the theme for this week, has been practice. And it is all about how it's not in the perfection of things that make you, that we strive for. It's in the journey of the practice of things. So always striving for getting it right by by enjoying the moment and doing things again and again. And so that has a lot to do with painting, because we are practicing and discovering new and better ways to do things. So I really liked what we did today, and I have a little bit of practicing to do on the S stroke, but I'm getting it. So it's a lot of fun. Thank you very much for having me, and I look forward to next week.
Awesome. And thank you. I feel like I'm just like, ah.
That's cute.
So this is the beginning of our 6 weeks of Christmas Ornaments 2017 Paint with Heart. And if you'd like to join us to get those extra special bonus ornaments lessons, you can join the club by either showing up for a class or buying the kit. And when the book comes available, if you buy the book, you'll get the password in the book. So please join us next week. And we will be doing a painter's palette, and the bonus will be the sled. So until next, thank you everyone for being here. Until next week, remember to always paint with heart. Thank you. Thank you.